It's late afternoon in La CAVA, a poor neighborhood in Buenos Aires. Maria CARPIO is trying to prevent the rain from destroying the place she lives in with her children. She has 11 of them, and these days feeding them has become a major challenge.
I go and beg on the street. I'm not ashamed. I sometimes work in the soup kitchen and feed children there, and my kids get a meal in some of the schools.
A recent study shows that poverty rates have been on the rise in the past year. The economic crisis, mostly caused by the devaluation of the peso, has had a big impact on people's lives, and a 55% inflation rate is making it difficult for them to buy food.
Around 50% of the children in Argentina are poor. This not only leads to malnutrition, but also violence. We're told that many of the kids living here end up in prison or killed.
One of Maria's sons was killed in a shooting. She's desperately trying to protect those she has left.
There are lots of drugs here, lots of death. They are killing one another. You can hardly sit outside because of the shooting, so I get them inside.
Edison, not his real name, told us children in the slums do not have opportunities. Drugs, he say, is what allows many to escape the problems they face every day. Death among young teenagers here has become a regular thing. Maria IRAOLA has been working in the neighborhood for decades, trying to fill in the empty space left by the Argentinian state. She has a foundation that feeds around 600 children who come to this soup kitchen every day.
Inflation is making things difficult. We have a budget from last year, and we are struggling to get the meals children need, especially beef, eggs, everything that is protein. We can only buy 50% of what we need.
The NGO is also trying to keep the children off the streets with education and sports.
What is crucial to change this is education. It's what will allow them to dream of going to a university. Many of the kids we have here don't know how to read and write. You can't get out of poverty without education and jobs.
And that's something governments here have repeatedly failed to resolve. Even though Argentina is a country that produces food for millions of people around the world, it has failed to resolve its structural economic problems, leaving millions of children in the country vulnerable and ignored. Teresa, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.